Today, we're heading back into the pre-built gaming PC swamp. But this time, it's a different swamp that's radioactive and filled with toilet alligators. That's right, we're heading to eBay. Now in my previous video where we did some laughing at Amazon pre-builts, a lot of people were telling me, if you think Amazon pre-built listings are bad, you need to go over to eBay because it's so much worse. So with that, let's dive into it. Brand new custom pre-built gaming RGB PC. Now $1,300 US should get you really good gaming performance. Even a pre-built, you should be getting a good result for that amount. There is a lot of RGB in that system. So they've got, can I just see the picture? There we go. Okay, so we've got front RGB fans. That looks like, they look like up here fans. Let's see if they give us a closer picture. Oh, more pictures of the front fans. Yes, so those are up here fans. That's like a $14 fan kit, so that's nothing particularly fancy. And the rest of the pictures, they don't really show you much of what's going on in there. But what cooler is that? I don't actually recognize that cooler. Let's go look at the specs. So we've got an H510, an RX 5700 XT for $1,300 is not ideal. And then an i3 9100F? That's a 4-core, 4-thread CPU in a $1,300 PC. What? It's got 16 gigs of RAM, you know, but that T-Force kit, I think that's like a $60 kit of RAM. But what cooler is this? Oh, it's a $15 cooler, look at it. It's so tiny. Like, okay, the only reason that that guy has this cooler on here is because of the RGB on it, because that looks like stock Intel cooler level performance. Although maybe that's too much of a diss. Maybe that's going too far. But it's like, this system, if it cost $900, would be a ripoff. That's crazy, look at those specs. See if we can have a closer look at that motherboard. I mean, yeah, the power supply can't be great, judging by the cables we've got there. Oof, this is really not a good system for $1,300. Actually, one down, we've got another $1,300 system in an Nzxt H510. So let's see how this compares. Pre-built gaming PC, high-end Ryzen VR ready. Let's see here, what specs you got? It's got a Ryzen 5 3600 in it, which is a lot better than a 9100F. You've got a tough B450M Plus, it's an okay motherboard. And then a GTX 2060 Super. So you're going from a 9100F to a 3600, and then from a RX 5600 to a 2060 Super for the same amount of money. This is way better value. Also a 512 gig SSD, 80 plus certified 600 watt power supply. The other specs are reasonably in line with that other system, but let's have a look at the pictures. Wait, that's a GTX 1080 Ti. What? Oh, it says here, the build in the picture is my personal rig, and the specs inside are not the same. Oh, okay, so this is for illustration purposes. But I mean, what kind of picture is this? Is it really... Yeah, it's not the best looking system cable management wise. I mean, you can see all those cables popping out there. Ugh. But that's so much better than the previous pre-built. Oof, look at this one. Custom pre-built gaming PC for $900. Look at that interior! How can you sell a PC that looks like that? No way. Is this the actual PC or is this like for illustration purposes? Nope, this is the PC. This person clearly has no idea how to build a system, and then they're selling it as like a pre-built gaming PC for $900. Look at that cable management. I didn't know that you could get an Nzxt H510 system to look that bad. I mean, it's such an easy case to cable manage in. Look at that. Okay, let's have a closer look at the specs here, because first off, that motherboard is not great. I've used that Gigabyte motherboard in builds before, and if you put like an 8-core CPU in there, it has no idea what to do with it. And the RAM configuration is wrong. Look, they've got the two, it's not even in dual channel. They've got both the sticks in two different channel slots. Oh, no way. What specs are we getting? Okay, 2600, so at least it's, you know, and a 1660. 240 gig SSD. It doesn't tell you what SSD is. It is a $900 system with these parts, and I really hope no one buys it. 1 view per hour. Please, no one buy this system from this person. Okay, so here's another pre-owned one. It's actually, because I'm looking for brand new systems here. This is refurbished. Let's say condition new. Look at this one, $990. So it's about $1,000 pre-built system that we're looking at here. 16 gigs, RTX 2060, and 9th gen. Let's see here. Yeah, you see, if all of your pictures are of the system in the dark, you know that that's not a great sign at all. Is that all? So those are the 3 pictures of it. You can't see the system. What specs are we getting here? Okay, so brand new, unused, unopened, so it's brand new components. It just says Intel i5 9th gen. He doesn't actually specify what the CPU is. 16 gigs of DDR4, doesn't specify what it is. 500 gigs SSD, that they also don't specify what it is, and some RTX 2060. This is not nearly enough information around a system for you to justify $1,000. And then you look at the rear IO and you've got like VGA ports on the motherboard rear IO. That is a huge warning sign that is something not great in there. What are these people doing? Do people buy these? Let's have a look at like a really expensive one. So let's do it highest first. It's these! It's the 1,300. Okay, what if you just search gaming PC? Let's take out the pre-built and see what a $9,000 system, right, is what this person's selling it for. I mean, that looks like a pretty crazy liquid-cooled loop. I mean, you've got hardline going there. You've got what's potentially going to be 2 separate loops, one for the GPUs, one for the CPU. I mean, it looks interesting. But $9,000, let's see what it's got in it. It's very little information, actually. This PC was professionally built by a maker in Australia. You can see a YouTube video about it. Dual loop. Case, oh, it's a Case Labs case. Okay, that's cool. I mean, I guess that Case Labs case is now worth about $5,000, considering that they don't make those cases anymore. It's got an 8700K in it, and Titan XPs. This is like a couple generation old system. This is like Pascal generation that they're selling for $9,000. It doesn't matter that it's got 64 gigs of RAM and a massive liquid cooled loop in it. You can't sell this system for that much. Let's see what other options we have. Here is $5,000. So we've got the 2 pictures that we have is of the system in the box. Oh no, thank you for that. Thank you for that. And then we've got manufacturer pictures. $5,000. What are we looking at here? 3950X, a 1TB NVMe, and a 360mm AIO. So this person clearly just picked out the most expensive parts that he could find on Amazon, and then is like, I'll buy a system for $5,000 for somebody. They've got 240 reviews with 100% positive feedback. 64 gigs of RAM, deep cool matrix case. Ugh, for a $5,000 system, that is not a case you want to be using. A Titan RTX, okay. X570 Pro Wi-Fi, which is like a mid-tier motherboard. This is madness! Built for you to last, a $5,000 system. Honestly, these systems are horrendous. Especially these really expensive ones. What is this? Stream Elgato Game Capture 4K 60 Pro i9 PC gaming computer. $4,000 for, I don't even know what that case is. It looks terrible, but okay. So the fact that it's got so it's an ITX motherboard with a capture card in it. So that means that I am gonna bet right now, this $4,000 PC does not have a dedicated GPU in it. The reason that they're using the i9 is so that they can use the iGPU. Let's see here. So you've got the 9900K, 32 gigs of RAM, you've got the storage. This $4,000 PC that this person's selling does not have a dedicated GPU in it. This is outrageous. This is targeting like streamers that want like a dedicated like capture PC. But for $4,000, like I get why they built this system and why somebody would want to buy something like that. But for $4,000 and 9900K in it, it's like a previous gen CPU as well. A 300 watt power supply. What is this? Because imagine somebody buys this, right? Because he says PC gaming computer. Somebody that knows nothing about PCs may go onto eBay and buy this system thinking that they can play games with it when it doesn't even have a GPU in it. Here's a 3,600, this is... Like, these listings have to be a joke, right? So that brings me to the end of a fairly informal video. I was gonna do a different video for today, but over the past 2 days, a bunch of stuff just kept going wrong and I wasn't gonna be able to get that video out in time. I actually tried to buy genuine graphics cards off of wish.com. And it's actually gone better than I thought it was gonna. So subscribe to the channel if you want to check that out. That video I'll be posting on Wednesday. Yeah, if you want to check out my stream, I'll be streaming later today. And until the next video, thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.